Hi everyone, I'm Echoes and I'm a Vtuber, and I'll be going over episode 10 of Gundam GQuuuuuuX, where essentially we get a lot of plot going on, some interesting developments as well, and definitely quite a lot to say, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to breaking it down for you. One second, I'll just mute this for a second. Perfect, okay. So in the beginning, we have this important guy who is talking about the opening ceremony for a new international solar ray system. President Pergamino on site. Maybe this is President Pergamino, or maybe spokesperson for him. But we get some interesting information at the beginning. Regarding global cooling due to the so-called nuclear winter. Don't really know what that means, but something. We present here the Yomangthu, a solar ray intended for peaceful applications, as this project transcends national interest and serves all humanity. So it's meant to be a peaceful weapon, though it's technically a weapon, because even the original Gundam is essentially used as a gigantic laser. It will be an honor for Side 6 to be represented at tomorrow's completion ceremony. So then we have Lady Kycilia entering Yomangthu, I'm assuming, or some sort of thing area nearby. You see that some people are escorting her. The National Defense Force must have brought more forces. That have been reported. Has it been 5 years since you last met in person? She said it was since my father Degwin's funeral. Heard the Supreme Commander has kept away from Zum City recently, spending his time at the villa with his favorite secretary. Yes, ma'am, that's what Prime Minister Darcy tells us. He must be plagued by guilt that has stolen his sleep away. It is absurd he is bearing the weight of guilt for destroying half of humanity with a colony drop. Is a person of such mediocrity capable of handling the Yomangthu? It's so big that it can easily be seen from the planet's surface. In the 85th history of the Universal Century. One sec. What is it? I'm missing something. 5th Universal Century and tomorrow's completion ceremony. At this time, the Federation government does not plan to attend. The turnout is very huge, despite the ceremony not being until tomorrow. See lots of nearby small ships nearby with the antennas. 2, 3, 4. There are 4 National Defense Force Big Zams, so that guy's counting. We can see recently deployed Unit 13-2. Supreme Commander Gihren, has he arrived already? Kikuroga and GQuuuuuuX returning. Because it looks like I can't believe they're still training her until the very last second. So it's true that she's a new type. Nonetheless, she's still internationally wanted criminal. Understandable. But I appreciate that Challia is like being her teacher here, because it kind of gives like her some hands-on training instead of kind of just winging it, you know. Great work, Commander Challia Bull. Tomorrow's the day at last. I've been looking forward to the day when Supreme Commander Gihren, Her Excellency Kycilia, would convene in the same place. We must eliminate both at the same time. I'll speak to her regarding this matter. And then the episode is the Yomangthu blockade. And they can see Kamali's like, why aren't you wearing the pilot suit I gave you? And no helmet either. And you can see Machu's like, I'm more used to what I got. It's like, geez. Commander, would you please instruct her? And then, how can you trust our latest mobile suit to a kid like that? Your man wouldn't care. Wouldn't? Who's Beard Man? It's Challia Bull. Kind of a cute nickname she gave him. And the new clothes, and you can see that Machu is like, thanks for the new clothes, or clean clothes, and it's like, and Kamali's like, yep, that's my job. She's kind of resting here. She's thinking. Shuji was looking for the Rose of Sharon. If there's someone sleeping inside it who looks just like Lala. Because it's interesting that they're kind of, Machu's communicating with Challia via touching the ship, which is interesting. You can see this ship-to-ship comm line, which is pretty cool. She's like a new type who has arrived from the other side. The other side? Only new types are aware of the existence of the other side of Zeknova. Captain Char must know the truth if he was at the center of it back then. Weren't you friends with the Red Comet? Why do you work to protect the Zabi family? When your friend was trying to get revenge on them. And Comaline told me you went all the way to Jupiter. Interesting that he talks about his journey. Supposedly, the backstory of Challia's journey to Jupiter is different than compared to the original series, but I do like that it seems like almost a one-sided, one-way journey. Because as here, before I left for Jupiter, I was given responsibility. That is to bring back the energy resources needed for space noise freedom and independence. And I believe the responsibility of carrying the expectations of the Zayan people was a noble thing. After a long journey, just as the fleet had completed its collection of helium, there was an accident. The cosmic ray emissions from Jupiter were far more powerful than our engineering team had ever anticipated, and caused lethal damage to the control systems. Let's see. When I realized I had no way of returning to Earth, and could no longer fulfill such a noble duty, there was nothing left for me to do. Nothing left for me to do? Nothing left that I want to do, there's nothing. So he's essentially faced with a dead end or a death scenario. It's also interesting that here, you can see it's looking at that big red spot on Jupiter, which is pretty much its only famous landmark, which is believed to have this gigantic storm that's been going on for many, many years. Kind of, I guess, reflects his mindset here. It was at that moment I became free for the first time in my life. I could no longer live up to anyone's expectations, or even my own expectations before anyone else's. And so for the first time in my life, true freedom was born within me. You see that? It's something that I took with me to Jupiter. Perhaps it's all right to die as long as I'm free. You see, he put the gun to the side of his head. That was the thought in my mind at that moment. Then, let's see. And then he puts the gun to the side of his face. And then somehow, the fleet's autopilot functions was restored. I returned to Earth as a hero. However, upon learning about the terrible devastation caused, caused by the war I believed in, I felt numb. I could no longer care about space-noid independence, or that half of humanity has perished. I realized how empty I had become. And then I thought he was an interesting, and then you can see, and that's when he met the Red Comet. I thought he was an interesting fellow. Seems like I made a new friend. Thank you, Lieutenant. He's young and confident, and he had outrageous ambitions, which he considered it his duty to fulfill. Is that why you were drawn to him? An empty person like you? You guessed correctly. I have a favor to ask you, by the way, but that's for another time. If you like it, I can give you that gun. I don't have any use for it anymore. But we'd be in trouble if Ensign Komali found it. So she takes the loaded gun. Definitely seems like what do you call it? Chekhov's gun. So literal gun. So we'll see whether this pans out later on. And then we get the start of the operation. Mobile suit pilots, or not yet. Mobile suit pilots stand by at level 2 battle stations. You can see that Kycilia's forces are preparing for their operation here. You see Xavier and Nyaan. Xavier's drinking. You see that he's asking her if she's ready because the operation could last a while, and if she's eaten something. Like, I made some food and put away the leftovers. Chicken rice, and looks delicious. He wants some, and then she's like, "It's my homemade cooking. What am I, your girlfriend or something?" He's like, "I don't want to cook for you. You're not. I don't even know you." Lol. I didn't mean to imply anything like that. And then she says that she only cooks for people she likes. And you could tell before when she made the dumpling, she made it for Shuji and Machu in particular. Shuji especially because she likes him. Machu because of, they were friends and stuff, but not sure if that's the same anymore. Look over someone I like, First battle, are you scared? And then she's like, I'm a Diablo, I'm fine, I'm a demon. Best if you leave your pet robot here, adds extra weight. And she's like, oh, nope, this is my good luck charm, I'm gonna keep it with me. And then we get more of the reconvening or reuniting of Gihren and Kycilia here. Gunboat diplomacy with Big Zom should be enough against the federal government. There's no force in space that can surpass that. Budget up to 22 units was approved. It should become necessary. Yomangtu can be used as a threat. And I'm assuming that this secretary is the one who is having the relationship with Gihren, it seems. It's all right. Make yourselves at ease. You can see that they're talking here. Where's the sense of crisis in your homeland? Federation hasn't given on supremacy over space. The Saikama weapon that targeted me at side 6. But it's not clear who leaked information about my whereabouts. You can see she's looking at him really suspiciously. It's like, do you still believe in new types and all that? New types are truly the next step in human evolution. Then let them defeat this foolish old human race and survive. Should they fail, so be it. Do you not think the reformation of humanity is better left to nature? Such insolent machismo. She's like, oh, I don't believe in this guy. You make it sound like natural selection is God's will. You're a man who once raised his hand against his own father to survive. Do you just insult the Supreme Commander? How dare you bring up idle rumors in a place like this? You're the one wearing a mask, Your Excellency Kycilia. The soldiers have noticed it too. They say it's because you hate the smell of the battlefield. That weak attitude has led you to commit shameless acts. Like begging a man as low as Pergamino for money. But then you can see that it all falls apart starting here. First, as the secretary realizes that she can't breathe, and then she passes out, then this guy follows. Then Gihren is last because he entered the room late. Well, you can see that Kycilia is perfectly fine. Because you know what they died from? Airborne poison. Oh, the oldest tricks in the room. Especially with the fact it's poison, of course. And see that they're all fatally killed here by her. You can see that's the bottle that the poison came from. You can sleep peacefully from now on, my dear brother. You can see that she's attended by her followers who are loyal to her because they're all prepared and, avoid dying from the poison, which is why they have masks. So you can see that, she assassinated Gihren, our cause was just. But I can't forgive Supreme Commander's patricide, he's the one who killed their father. You can see she had the mask under her mask. We'll eliminate the Gihren's faction's National Defense Force in this sector. What should we do about Al-Baku? And then she has a plan for it. I think you see a very strong face here. Disperse Minovsky particles at combat density, and then you can see the fighting starts against the big Zams. Prepare to launch mobile suits. Our newcomer will go first, allow everyone else follow me. You can see that they have a lot of the Gyan mobile suits along with the Gihren. We'll neutralize big Zams first as per the operation plan. See that she's ready, and they can see that these guys are like, why are they above us? We don't have anything like that in our schedule. Mobile suits at plus 90 degrees. Killer guards are definitely above. Then he realized they're attacking the big Zams. It's a sneak attack. So they destroy one. And they notice that when trying they're going through the operation. Nyaan's fine. She's using her funnels to get close. Because it looks like even though big Zams have eye fields, it only is protected against beams. They're vulnerable to close combat. So pretty cool fight here. Gyans make sense also because they could, they have lances, so they could stab in keep the distance away. Pixels are destroyed merely by mobile suits. He seemed pretty fragile then. This guy's frustrated and then his ship explodes. And then Nyaan is given the letter by the little guy, I forgot his name. I'm supposed to open it now. And you can see that she's given a task by Lady Kycilia. She mentioned it's a damask rose perfume. Probably meaningful in the fact it's a rose. But this scent is about to vanish from the world. Because it's a perfume made on Earth. Old adults living on Earth will continue to prevent you from living freely. And then you can see that Lady Kycilia gives her a gun, just like Challia gave one to Machu. This was given to me by my father, Degwin, when I joined the military. If you want to be stronger, shoot without hesitation, no matter your natural ability. Strength is the will to survive. New types need no justification. So she takes a gun. If you have strength, nothing else matters. So in a way, they both embody the ideals of whoever is their, I guess, guardian, in this case. You see she entering Yomangthu and Zero's asking what's going on. It's like, I have a secret operation. And then you can see Zero's like, could it be really true that Gihren was designed to control Yomangthu? We later realize that is correct. Monosky particle density is at comet levels, and you can see that this ship is kind of observing what's going on. Gyansu and Kycilia's guards are engaging with the National Defense Force. It has Lady Kycilia made a move. Maintain strict visual vigilance at all times. And like, oh, that guy's like, the war has started. See, Machu is, her cell is barged into by Challia, where he's like, yeah, I need you to help me, because Lady Kycilia had the upper hand the entire time. This war was exactly what we need to prevent. And she's like, what should I do? I want you to do as you want. What I also like is that, in a way, they both mentors have a kind of like, I don't know, they care a lot about their proteges to some extent. I'd say Challia more than Lady Kycilia out of, compassion, I guess. But I will say, though, that it feels, it's nice to have that mentor figure in this case. Yomangthu is a strategic weapon that utilizes the Zeknova created by the Rose of Sharon. I need to rescue the girl lying asleep inside. The Rose of Sharon before it is activated. I can't stand new types being used to kill people anymore. So in a way, it's kind of interesting that Challia in particular is embodying the ideals of the Laplace's boxing unicorn. Like that last part that was not in the original treaty or whatever, or was not in the revised treaty or something. Acknowledging that new types do exist. So I think that's definitely interesting idealism here. Then she heads out, and then you can see that Nyan's here is like, Shuchan vanished over to the other side of Kira. Should be able to bring Shuchan back. So that's her goal. See that these researchers are working on the Yomangthu and the whole gun. Sadistic evil that allows us to prevent a major war from happening. Commander Gihren understands that. And then you can see Char's like, oh, that's wonderful. And then you can see he's always agreeing with her father. And then you can see the Gihren comes in. Do not approach the bombardment system without permission. So it looks like she comes in, activate the expulsion system. And you can see that she wipes this family off. And then she's like, something smells here. I don't really know what she's referring to by a scent. I think someone suggested it could be some, like, reference to her new type abilities, but I don't know. You can see that she's connecting herself to Yomangthu, who produce the Kira at this coordinate. And then it's really cool that when Yomangthu rotates, because it's such a gigantic structure, it feels like especially significant. And Machu's like, I can't make it before she shoots, essentially. It's a pretty super cool super weapon. And she's firing Al-Baku. Emergency signal received from Gihren where they've been ambushed. And then it gets shot. Nazi particle phase reversal has been detected. The space is glowing. It's interesting because the whole sound kind of sounds like a mix of like whales and kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of the sound of a young woman as well. It's, I don't know, it's kind of sad. It's kind of really sad music. what is that? And then you can see that structure got warped into this space for shipment on the side of the moon. And like you can see commands like that is a Zeknova. You see that Albaku is pretty much done for. It's breaking apart and then gets moved wherever, I guess. And you can see that Machu is not really happy with it. She's like, the Rose of Sharon is crying. Who else would use such a ruthless weapon as that? Albaku was obliterated. Nyaan did that and Lady Kycilia's special orders. I think the day come when I be finding my own former machine. And then Machu's like, stop getting in the way. But sorry, but this is a military operation. So you can see she's surrounded by the Gyans. But Challia comes in and is like, to save the day. It's like, come here, I can't believe you are a spy for the Supreme Commander. And you see that Challia is like, what he says is, all I want is to create a world where new types can live as new types. So he's like, new types should deserve to exist, right? And I really like that his ideology. It's super interesting. You see that Machu enters as well. And then you can see that Nyaan gets some sort of nausea or whatever. And it's like, what is this? And Machu comes in. And like, is that the Mosu that fired the weapon? And the GQuuuuuX is like, she's like, how's the GQuuuuuX here? So you can see that they have the confrontation. In the preview, we get them fighting, I'm assuming. That they'll fight to see Shuji again. I don't know why, but I guess they expect, maybe that's just expected. Next episode is called Alpha Side. It's only humans that can kill alphas. It's kind of interesting because I don't know what alphas could be referring to, but it could actually be referring to maybe the alpha Saikamu, because you know how Machu has Omega Saikamu. So I wonder if that's what's referring to. Could maybe foreshadow maybe Nyaan dying, perhaps. But also we get this really interesting ending image where I'm pretty 99% sure there's a Shuji because of the blue, but regardless, I'm hoping we'll get I'm pretty sure we'll get a big confrontation next episode. So we'll just see how things go. But yeah, overall, a really interesting episode. I'm looking forward to whatever happens next, as we don't only have 2 episodes left now. So I don't know if this will be tied up neatly or not, but I'm looking forward to whatever could happen. But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening and looking forward to watching and talking about the next episode. Take care.